Strongly oppose the fiscal year 2026 Energy and Water Development and Related Agencies Appropriations Bill that we're considering today. This bill fails to meet the needs of the American people. It raises energy costs for families. It undermines our national security and makes it harder for American companies to compete globally. It protects the biggest corporations from accountability when they pollute our communities. And it worsens climate change and extreme weather when American farmers and communities across the country are already feeling those deadly impacts. Republicans like to say that they support American energy dominance, but what they're really doing here is about corporate energy dependence. This bill is about propping up fossil fuel billionaires while working families pick up the tab. This bill doesn't just stall progress on renewable energy, it actively blocks it. It slams the brakes on American innovation and cheap renewable energy. This bill rips away $5.1 billion in investments from the bipartisan infrastructure law, funds that were already promised to the American people with bipartisan support that's supposed to help us build a cleaner, more secure energy future right here in the US. We're talking about programs that support everything from modernizing our clean energy technology to energy upgrades in public schools. Republicans are so committed to fossil fuels that they're willing to defund clean energy upgrades in schools, even as kids are roasting in classrooms without AC. These bipartisan infrastructure law funds created real jobs and real savings for communities, and Republicans are snatching them back. Meanwhile, in my community in Northern Illinois, we are living with the consequences of climate change right now. We've seen record temperatures this summer, flooding in LaSalle, and hail damaging crops in Mendota and DeKalb, and devastating storms in Will County last year. Cutting climate change programs is neither cost-saving nor efficient. It shifts those costs onto taxpayers when disaster strikes and ends up costing local communities even more. Just 8 months ago, Congress had to spend $20 billion, $20 billion with a B, to compensate farmers hit by climate-fueled disasters. We can either pay more and more and more to clean up after climate disasters, or we can make smart investments right now in resilience, weatherization, and clean energy infrastructure that prevents those disasters in the first place. We could be creating good jobs in research, construction, and advanced manufacturing. We could be investing in the American workforce while protecting our communities. But instead, this administration fires the people who collect climate data and they pretend that there isn't a problem. But in Ottawa, in DeKalb, in Mendota, families are feeling the heat, literally. It's hot, so hot, physically and financially. They don't get to pretend the crisis isn't real. They're living it and they're paying higher costs as a result. Republicans just passed their one big ugly bill, which will raise household energy bills by $110 a year. Now they're going even further to undermine our energy independence and slash funding for programs that deliver clean and affordable energy. But while Republicans may not be committed to lowering your energy bills, they are absolutely committed to spending time and taxpayer dollars to protect Confederate names on federal property, which this bill does. They claim that they're putting America first, but in reality, they're glorifying Confederate traitors who waged war against the United States to preserve slavery. So we're in a cost of living crisis. Families are getting slammed by rising energy bills. Our farmers are losing crops to climate disasters, and Republicans are focused on celebrating the Confederacy. This bill is a disaster. It's a disaster for our economy, our climate, and working families, and I strongly urge my colleagues to reject it. I yield back.